Davis is number 14. Creighton, 30.
J.R. Dobbins.
That's Dobbins, number 34.
Number 32, Lemon.
Lemon, number 32.
Number 42, Ty Shepler. Number 54.
Shepler, number 42. That's Essig, number 54.
The starters for tonight's ball game for the Hornets.
The starting lineup.
The forward position, number 22, Donald Jones.
That's Jones, 22.
At the other forward, number 50, Jerry Phillips.
50 is Phillips, the other forward. In center, number 52, there's Matt Johnson, number 52.
At the guard, number 24, Kim Long.
Kim Long, 24.
And at the other guard, number 20, Ty Woodruff.
And Ty Woodruff, the other guy.
Managers for the
Tough
Hornets,
guard duo for the Washington Hornets.
Coached by Noel Hope.
Noel Hope, coach of the Washington Hornets.
Cheerleaders are Christy Hanna, Tricia Tucker, Sally Park, Heather Powell, Amy Taylor, J.J. Clout.
Now let's get the lineup for the Lincoln Lions, the home team Lincoln Lions.
Number 6, Troy Berg.
Troy Berg, the sixth grader.
Number 11, Albert Zorn.
There's Albert Zorn.
John Nichols.
John Nichols, number 8.
Number 1, Jim Trammell.
There's Jim Trammell, a fifth grader.
Scott Freeman.
Scott Freeman, another fifth grader.
Number 2, Jason Zimmerman.
Jason Zimmerman, the only fourth grader on this ball team.
Matt Rosengarten.
Matt Rosengarten, player manager.
Nate Conley, number 4.
And Nate Conley. That should about bring us to our starting lineup. Jason Conley here. Rounding out the non-starters, Jason Conley, number 10. Here's your starting lineup.
At the forward position,
At forward,
number 5, Scott Robinia.
Scott Robinia, starting at forward position as usual. Been a good steady ball player all season.
12, David Scott.
David Scott, also a real pleasant surprise to the Lincoln Lions. Played good steady forward position all year long.
Darren Conley.
Here's the horse, Darren Conley. Tough on the boards, looks to be recovered from an ankle injury suffered last week.
7, Adam Sheets.
Adam Sheets, the only fifth grader starting on the Lincoln Lions lineup. There he is at a guard position.
Guy Grover.
And rounding out the lineup, Guy Grover. Leading scorer for the Lions, number 9.
Randy Polson.
Randy Polson, your coach, there he is. We'll be back with the opening tip-off in just a moment.
That's right.
We're ready for the opening tip-off. And it's controlled by whom? By Washington. Washington going to run right away. That's Woodruff. Launches it back in, intercepted there nicely by Conley to Grover. Lincoln on the attack. This is Grover working the right side. Conley in the corner. Dishes it off to Sheets in the lane. Comes back out of the paint. Looks for help. Finds Grover on the right side. Grover takes a nice screen. No call. He puts it up. It's bouncing. Not good. Rebound. Taken right under there by Conley Long. And pulled down by Johnson. So we got Washington on the attack. Second meeting this year of these two teams. Lincoln easily won the first game, 51-30 on a surprising victory. There's a pass out of bounds off the fingers of Johnson. And Lincoln will set it in play with 4:17 left in the first quarter. Conley and Grover and Sheets, your guard twosome. This is Grover. Sheets. Robinia out high post. Back to Grover, working the right side. Grover's a playmaker, takes the baseline, dishes off nicely to Conley underneath, can't get it up. No call, and now a jump ball. We'll have Grover and number 50. That's Phillips jumping for Washington. We're going to have a timeout called already here by Coach Hope of the Washington Hornets. Players don't see him, jump goes anyway, and it's tipped back to Sheets. Top of the key. Left side this time to Scott. Nice move to the baseline. Shot up, it's long, but we've got a foul. This will be called on number 52. That's Johnson. And we'll have David Scott at the line with 2 shots. Scott takes a long time there. He eyes the bucket, lays it up, not good. He'll have another. Still nothing score. 1.5 minutes gone in the game. David Scott, second shot. This one's up. It's not good, but we got a whistle. What do we have? Got a lane violation. Stepped in there too soon. Ball goes over to the Washington Hornets. This is Woodruff playing the point guard. Lays it off for Long quickly underneath. Shots up. It's long and pulled down again by Conley to Grover. Quickly up the right side. Grover finds Sheets. Goes right to Rabinia. Rabinia in the corner. He'll pop from there and hit it. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Lincoln Lions. First on the board. Nice shot by Scott Rabinia as he pumped in about a 13-footer from the right baseline. There's Woodruff. That's way long. Rebound pulled out of there by Grover. Grover back to Sheets. To Rabinia. He wants the right side again. Can't go. Tipped away and intercepted there by number 24. Number 24, that's Long. Long pass ahead to Long. In and out, not good. Rebound tipped around, pulled down by Johnson up. It's short. Rebound knocked out by Conley apparently, and the ball will stay with the Washington Hornets. 2:47. Washington not yet on the scoreboard. Johnson set the ball in play. Tipped away by Conley, but pulled down right in front of the basket by Woodruff. Shot up short. Rebound up, not good. Rebound tipped around again, up, and finally good by Phillips. Phillips gets Washington on the board, and it's all tied up at 2. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to play, first quarter. Grover. Looks for the give and go to Sheets. Couldn't find him. This is Conley in the corner. Takes the baseline, nothing there. Turns, puts it up, not good. Rebound right there to Conley, puts it up, and not good. There's Grover up, it's long. Pulled down again by who? Nobody. We got a jump ball. Grover and Johnson. Tip controlled by Long. Puts the ball up and good. That's not Long, that's Jones. Gives Washington the lead for the first time, 4-2. 2:09 to play, first quarter. Sheets top of the key. Dribbles right, looks for and finds Rabinia, but tipped away. Tipped back away by Rabinia nicely, but what do we have? We got a little press there, I guess. It won't go, so we got a timeout called here by Randy Polston. We'll talk things over. 4-2 to score with just a tick less than 2 minutes left in the first quarter. So Washington going to set the ball in play here and do. Jones into Woodruff. Woodruff, top of the key, calls out for play number 2. In the center to Johnson. He travels. Yep, he does. It'll go over to Lincoln. Sheets triggers to Grover. So we'll see what Randy Polston was telling his charges here at that timeout. This is Grover on the right side, out to Rabinia. Back to Grover. Takes it in the paint. Back to Rabinia. He'll take the right side and pump a 15-footer long. Rebound pulled down in there by Johnson. Head quickly to Woodruff. Nice play under the bucket, but it doesn't go. And there's Darren Conley with a nice aggressive rebound on the missed shot from Phillips. Sheets brings the ball up. Grover. Yet to get on the board. Rabinia back to Sheets. Right side to Conley. And this is Grover. He'll launch an 18-footer short. Rebound Phillips. To Jones. Washington 4-2. Not much time. Less than a minute left. First quarter. Low-scoring game. This is Long. No call on what appeared to be steps. He finally forces it up short. Rebound pulled down by Conley. Or by Grover, rather. Grover taking his time. Advancing the ball across the 10-second line now. He's calling out a play. What is it? It's into Scott. Corner to Rabinia. Back out from the 15-foot mark. This is Grover driving, and a whistle, and we're going to have a foul on Ty Woodruff, number 20, reaching in. We'll have Grover at the line with one shot. Guy Grover with one shot. Chance to bring Lincoln within one with exactly a half a minute to play in the first quarter. Grover's shot, it's up and good. 4-3 ball game. Woodruff. Jones in the corner and nearly lost by Phillips. It recovered. This is Johnson over Conley. Not good. Nice tip, but it won't go. Kicked around under the bucket. Who's got it? We got, a nice block by Grover, but a whistle and a foul. So with 12 seconds to play in the first quarter, we're going to have Johnson at the line shooting two. Johnson's first shot up and not good. Second shot is up. This one's good. Makes it a 5-3 ball game with 10 seconds to play in the first quarter. Grover, top of the key, off to Sheets. Can't wheel, back to Grover. Time running out here. Well, takes the baseline, lays it up. It's long, but he drew a foul, I believe. What do we have? Well, we got an offensive foul. That's 2 fouls on Grover in the last 10 seconds of this ball game. With 1 second to play in the first quarter, Grover's picked up his second foul, and Washington will inbounds, leading 5-3. Woodruff. And that one won't be close. That's the end of the first quarter, with Washington leading Lincoln 5-3, and quite a departure from the first game when 51 points were scored by the Lincoln Lions and 30 by the Washington Hornets. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a minute. Here's your lineup for the second quarter for Lincoln. It's the same as the starting lineup. Grover, Rabinia, Scott, Conley, and Sheets. Conley and Johnson jumping to begin second quarter action. That's controlled by Conley. Head quickly to Grover. Plays it off on her left side to Scott. Shot short and pulled down by Johnson nicely. Head quickly to Long. Under the bucket, out of control, and pulled down by Conley. As Phillips couldn't get control of that ball. Here's Grover. He hasn't scored yet. That's unusual for a guy. To Sheets. Looks. Hands it back to Conley, or Grover. Grover, nice move right down the lane, up and in. And that ties the game up at 5. Nice move by Guy Grover. Woodruff to Jones. Back to Long. Boy, he takes a lot of steps and doesn't get called. Jones. To Johnson in the right corner. He's going to pump a 12-footer. It's not good, and there's Conley. Conley is tough on the boards, as he seems to have completely recovered from an ankle injury that occurred about 4 days ago. And he's been a force to be reckoned with. No call again on the nice pick. That's certainly what's going on here. There's Conley back to Grover. To Sheets. Top of the key. Looks inside, nothing there, back to Grover. Top of the key, takes a 17-footer, not good. Johnson and Scott tie it up. We'll have a jump ball. 3:47 to play. Tie ball game at 5. 3:47 in the first half, of course. This will be Johnson and David Scott. Johnson has a height advantage here, and he controls the Woodruff. Pass quickly ahead, pulled down by Darren Conley nicely. Now, we got a jump ball, and this will be Conley and Long. Questionable call, but that's what it is. Darren Conley and Tim Long. Conley with the decided height advantage here. Probably go to David Scott, and he tips it instead to Grover. No substitutions yet for either team. Sheets working on Woodruff, and it's picked off by Long. Makes the move on Grover nicely. Back to Woodruff, won't go. Grover tries to get the rebound. He can't. This shot's long. Now what do we have? Another jump ball. So 2 calls down at this end of the floor. Both of them going tough against Lincoln with jump balls that appeared to have easily been called fouls, but that's what it is. So we got Grover and Johnson jumping with 3:23 to play in the first half. Controlled by Johnson, out here to Phillips. Woodruff quickly down the baseline, drives on Rabinia, won't go, but they get the rebound. Long puts it up and in. Kim Long makes it a 7-5 ball game with 3:10 to play in the first half. The Sheets on the dribble. Goes left side, tipped away out of bounds, but off of David Scott's hands and goes back over to Washington. This is Woodruff. To Jones. He traveled. This will go back over the line. 2:59 first half. Here comes Troy Berg in the game. Going to replace Sheets. And it's Adam Sheets coming out with the score, Washington 7, Lincoln 5. Grover. He'll fire a 10-footer in and out and back in. Ties are up again at 7. Woodruff ahead quickly. They get that ball down the court in a hurry. This is Phillips, lays it off nicely underneath the long. He traveled, I believe. Yes, he did. Lincoln's ball. Grover. This is Berg. He advances on the left side, back out to Grover. Quickly got the dribble down to avoid a travel. Looks for and finds Berg, top of the key. Looking for Rabinia, can't find him. This is Grover. Grover working the right side. He'll go all the way to the bucket, shoot a 5-footer up and in. So for the first time, Lincoln's gained an advantage here, 9-7. In this ball game, just like that, 2 quick buckets. Woodruff lays it off. This is Johnson. He'll fire over Conley. Bouncing not good. Conley tries to rebound, can't get it. This is Phillips in the corner. There's Jones with a 12-footer, not good. Tipped around by Johnson and recovered by who? Troy Berg. He's got the breakaway, lays it up and in. Troy Berg makes it a 4-point Lincoln lead at 11-7. So Washington, known to be a good, fast team, getting a little bit of their own medicine right there as Berg made the nice interception later in. Oh, easy bucket in there by Jones. A little defensive miss there. I think we're going to see Nichols coming in the game for Lincoln. That's what it's going to be. This is Grover to Berg. Berg works the left side. Finds David Scott. Scott hands it back to Grover. Grover could take that 12-footer. Won't. Moves right. Dishes it off to Rabinia. He'll take the baseline. Stops. Fires in and out. And rebound pulled down by who? By Kim Long. Long quickly ahead. Throws it wildly to Woodruff and recovered, however, by Woodruff. And we got a foul here on Troy Berg. That basket won't count. Be Troy Berg's first foul. Here comes Nichols in the game. He's going to replace David Scott. And we'll have Ty Woodruff at the line. Ty Woodruff be shooting 1 here. It's up and bounces in. No, it's good. Makes it 11-10 ball game with 1 minute and 11 seconds to play first half. Good ball game, low scoring ball game, however. Back to Grover. He pushes one up. It's not good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. To Woodruff. Always looking down court, trying to advance that ball in a hurry. There it is. Long pass ahead to Kim Long. Forces one up. It won't go. A whistle. What is it? Got a foul against someone on Washington, apparently. On 52, that's Johnson. So we'll have Lincoln coming down to have 1 shot. Darren Conley at the line with 1 shot only here. Pull Lincoln ahead by 2 with 52 seconds to play in the first half. Conley shot up, bouncing not good. Whistle, what is it? Lane violation again, so that wouldn't have counted had it going. And Washington set the ball in play. Substitution in the game for Washington, that's number 42. That's Shepler in the game. And here's Woodruff on the attack. Always looking down court. This is Long, back to Woodruff. Driving on Berg, lays it off in the corner. Phillips can't find anybody. Now tries to get it off to Grover, and a foul on Grover. That's going to be 3. What it is, foul on Grover. That's his 3rd. Kim Long will be at the line. Long shooting 1. It's up, it bounces, it won't go, and it's pulled down by Nichols, back to Grover. Brings it up the right side with a half minute to play in the first half. Looks for help, finds Berg, top of the key. Berg penetrates, lays it off to Rabinia. Rabinia's going to launch an 13-footer, won't go, but there's Conley. He'll put it up and in. Darren Conley on a nice offensive rebound bucket. Gives Lincoln a 3-point lead at 13-10. Jones launches an 18-footer. It won't go, and here's Grover. Pulls it down with 10 seconds to play in the first half. Up the left side this time now. He pulls it up, tries to set something up. 5 seconds. Takes it all the way to the bucket, up and in. Guy Grover gives them a 5-point lead at the end of the first half. So Lincoln will take a 5-point lead, 15-10 in the locker room at halftime. We'll be back with the halftime statistics in just a minute.
The score at halftime is Lincoln 15 and Washington 10. Darren Conley has 2 points. Scott Rabinia has 2 points. Guy Grover has 7 points, 8 points, and Troy Berg has 1 point. And that's not right. Troy Berg has 2 points.
Just about set to begin second half action. There's your scores. Lincoln on top, 15-10. Quite a departure from that first game, where Lincoln got way ahead in the first half, held off a charge by Washington early in the second half and cruised to a 51-30 victory. Conley and Johnson will be jumping here. There's Darren Conley. Matt Johnson jumping for Washington. Here we go. Last half of basketball this year. This is Grover. Pumps a 15-footer off the back of the rim, won't go. Grover hustles for the rebound, gets it. Jump ball. Good hustle by Guy Grover, who's playing the second half, beginning it with 3 fouls. We had him for 9 points here at the half. Grover and Jones. Grover controls to Nichols. To Berg, quickly in the corner to Conley. Looks for something, can't find it. Out to Rabinia, tipped away, but Berg recovers. Conley on the right side. Fakes left, goes right to the baseline. Puts on a move, won't go. This is Rabinia to Grover. Back to Rabinia. Takes it in the lane. Fires up a 10-footer that won't go, and Johnson pulls down the rebound. Head quickly to Woodruff. Works the right corner, picked up nicely there by Berg. Back out to Long, he traveled. As well, they call it double dribble, but it looks to me as he frequently travels. And Grover will set the ball in play to Berg. Back to Roller. Guy Grover. Balls for play number 1. Nichols back to Grover. 12-footer up and good. Guy Grover with his 11th point. Makes it 17-10 Lincoln. Washington again quickly on the attack. Woodruff to Jones. To Long. Top of the key. Lays it off to Phillips. Bangs one up short. And there's Darren Conley again. Conley with a whole handful of rebounds already. Grover. Nice pick there by Nichols. No call. Conley cut off on the baseline. Gives back to Grover. Grover out to Rabinia, who hands it back to Grover. Top of the key, goes left side. Berg. Lincoln working the ball nicely, but now tipped away by Johnson. And what do we have? We're going to have a foul call here, I believe, on Scott Rabinia, number 5. That's the call. And this will send Johnson to the line for Washington with 1 shot. 17-10 ball game, 3:29 third quarter. Matt Johnson shooting 1. It's up and bouncing good. 6-point lead for the Lincoln Lions. Expect to see Washington launch a full court press here in the entire fourth quarter if Lincoln maintains this lead. Grover works right side. Nothing there. Back to Rabinia. Berg. Grover. Nice pick again, no call. Grover all the way to the bucket, short though. Rebound pulled down nicely, strongly by Conley. Up off the rim, not good. There's Grover. He'll put it up and in. Guy Grover, 13 points, 17, 18, 19 to 11 ball game. And there's Coach Hope signaling for a timeout for Washington. 8-point ball to the Lincoln Lions. 2 minutes, 57 seconds to play, third quarter. There's your Washington cheering section across the way, hoping that they can mount some kind of a charge, get the Hornets back in this ball game, as they've been outscored pretty handily here since the first quarter, which they led 5-3. Setting the ball in action, Ty Woodruff. Kim Long, the guard duo. Kim Long back to Woodruff. Across the 10-second line. Ty Woodruff, right in the key, tipped away and recovered, however, by Washington. Johnson, little jump shot won't go. There's Conley, tips it around, saves it right under the bucket, and this is Johnson again. He lets go of the 12-footer. It's way short. Kept alive, however, by Washington and recovered there by Berg. Grover. Lincoln, no particular hurry now. Grover works the right side, looks for Conley, can't find him, brings it back outside to Rabinia. Berg works left side, back to Grover. Looks for a screen, doesn't develop. This is Berg. And tried to pick off, and a foul going to be called on Kim Long. So a good patient offense by Lincoln. Forces a foul, and Grover will be at the line. Guy Grover at the line with Lincoln leading 19-11. He's looking for his 14th point and doesn't get it. It's way short. And he can't run it down, but the ball is out of bounds to Lincoln. 2:10 left, third quarter. Berg will trigger, looks for help, finds Conley. He jumps it back to Berg, looks for Grover, can't find him, and he pulled that pivot foot and a traveling violation. Ball goes over to Washington. Kim Long going to set it in action. There's just a little over 2 minutes to play. Woodruff. Right there it is in the center, tipped away by Grover and recovered by Conley nicely. Back to Grover. Good defense there by Lincoln. That's what's going to keep them ahead in this ball game is good, tough defense. This is Berg. Can't shoot from 10. Back to Grover. Works left side. Pops a 13-footer. Perfect. Guy Grover, 15 points. 21-11. And another timeout going to be called with 1:36 to play in the third quarter. All of a sudden, it's a 10-point ball game. Lincoln on top. All right, here we are. 1.5 to play. Third quarter, Lincoln up by 10, 21-11. Kim Long on inbounds for Washington. And he does to Woodruff. Woodruff playing the point guard. Top of the key, lays it off to Long on the right side. He tries to take the baseline, tipped away, and out of bounds to Lincoln. Good defense there as Grover held his ground despite having 3 fouls. Grover working on Long. This is Berg. He launches a 15-footer. Perfect! Troy Berg with a second bucket. 4th point. Gives Lincoln a 12-point bulge. Woodruff up quickly. Off to Long right side. He traveled again. No call. There's Woodruff. It's up and good. Good guard duo for Washington Hornets. With a minute to play. Third quarter. 10-point lead for Lincoln. Grover tipped away but recovers. Off to Berg. No shot. Back to Grover. He fakes left, goes right, dishes it off here to Rabinia. He fakes, put up the 15-footer, not good, and pulled down by Phillips in there. Off to Long, quickly. Head to Johnson, wheels left, puts it up, it's going to bounce in. Good ball. 23-15 with a half a minute to play in the third quarter. Washington mounting something of a charge, back within 8. Whistle, and the ball is kicked by Washington. Go back over to Lincoln. 26 seconds. Berg's going to trigger this. No, he's replaced now by Rabinia. He'll fire it in. Looking for the play. Gets it into Berg. Finds Grover. He's pressured heavily, too heavily, by Kim Long. He picks up the foul. Grover will go to the line. Guy Grover at the line with 1 shot. 20 seconds to play. Shots up and bouncing, not good. Rebound pulled down by Phillips. Goes right side with 15 seconds to play in the third quarter. Dishes it off to Woodruff, top of the key. Goes right. Takes it all the way to the baseline. Puts up an 8-footer off the bankboard. Not good. There's Long, however. He puts it up and in. That ball appeared to come off the side of the backboard. There's a long shot by Grover. Is going to fall short. So, just like that, Washington back in the ballgame, down by 6, 23-17, as we begin the final quarter of 1982 elementary school basketball action. Well, here we go with the final quarter of action. The lineup for Lincoln is Berg, Conley, Grover, Rabinia, and the ball's going to be thrown away and recovered back there. No, a foul going to be called on Rabinia. This will be Jones at the line, shooting only 1. Now what do we have? A timeout called by Lincoln. Here's Jones shooting 1 and 1 only. That's good. Makes it 23-18. It's a 5-point ball game. Conley drives easily on the right side, dishes it off, but it's tipped away and pulled down in there by who? By Jones. Jones ahead to Woodruff. He tries to control in the bucket, lays it up, down and in. And it's a 3-point ball game, 23-20. Here comes Grover. He's got to watch behind. He makes it across the 10-second line, dishes it off to Berg. Berg to Nichols. Back to Berg. Cross court to Rabinia, 15-footer short. Rebound's going to be a jump ball here. Rabinia and Jones. Scott Rabinia and Jones jumping at the Lincoln end of the court. 4:25 to play. Fourth quarter is going all Washington so far. And a jump ball forced on Nichols by Woodruff. David Scott coming back in the game. He's going to come in for Nichols, so he'll have to wait until after this jump is completed. Next dead ball, we'll have David Scott in the game replacing Nichols. Nichols tips no, controlled by Jones. Phillips into Johnson. He takes a little 10-footer and hits it. Good offensive play, and just like that, Washington is back within 1 point of the Lincoln line. Oh, and it's tipped away. What do we have? Another jump ball. No, we've got the other referee calling foul. What is it? Timeout Lincoln, but a foul is going to be called against, I'm not sure. It looked like he said number 34, but I didn't see one on the floor, so we'll clear it up when we resume action. A foul apparently called against someone on Washington because we've got Troy Berg. Apparently the foul was on Kim Long. Here's Troy Berg at the line, puts up the free throw up the front of the rim. It won't go, and it's run down by Washington. Chance to take the lead. Kim Long, oh, he traveled again. I swear he travels every time, and it's pulled off by Darren Connolly. To Grover. 1 point lead, Lincoln. 3 minutes, 45 seconds, and a nice screen set there by Troy Berg. Forced the foul, and Berg will go to the line. Troy Berg at the line. Still not in the bonus is Lincoln. Berg shot up quickly, bouncing good. That's all he gets. Not sure what's going on here. Let's go, boys. Let's play ball. This is Long. He's going to try to get that thing into Woodruff. And he's tipped away, however, but recovered by Woodruff. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play in this ball game. On the right side, Jones. Back to Woodruff. They're down by 2. This is Phillips. Back to Woodruff. They could tie this ball game. Jones goes left side. This is Johnson into the lane. Puts it up and in and out. Not good. Rebound, though, taken by Johnson. It's short, and there's Darren Connolly with a nice rebound. Head to Grover and a whistle on a foul. Good rebounding by Darren Connolly. Is making the difference now, and he'll go to the line down here shooting. I think this time he'll be in the bonus with 1 and 1. We'll see. It is 1 in the bonus. Connolly shot up. It's going to be long, yes. And the rebound pulled down by whom? By Connolly has it. Falls down, they'll call travel, and it does. It goes over to Washington. 3:18 to play in the ball game. Good tight ball game, 2 good disciplined teams. Long gets it inbounds to Jones. Head to Phillips, takes the baseline, turns around, back to Jones on the right side. Out front to Long. Left side Johnson, who's had some easy 10-footers from there. Lays it off this time in the right corner. Phillips puts up left-hander, not good. Rebound pulled down by Connolly. He is a horse on the boards. Grover. Gets a screen from Berg, comes up the right wing. Takes it all the way around, up under, bouncing, good! Guy Grover gets the big bucket. And here comes Washington quickly on attack, knocked away, Berg has it up, and good! Berg with a big steal in the bucket. Whistle and a timeout called by Washington. So Lincoln's expanded that lead back to 6 with 2.5 minutes to play in the ball game. A real good tight seesaw ball game as the momentum shifts from one team to the other. Right now, it's with Lincoln, which is why Washington called timeout, try to break that momentum, get it shifted back their way. Right now, your lineup for Lincoln: Connolly, Grover, Berg, Scott, and Rabinia. Johnson inbounding far end. He finds Phillips down the left side. This is Johnson. Tries to take the baseline, and he double dribbles. Deuce in the quarter left in the ball game. Up by 6 is Lincoln. Now we got full court pressure being applied as suspected by Washington. Then quickly to Rabinia. Looks for help, finds Berg. Now ahead nicely to Grover. Grover's going to drive on who? He's trying to tip away and stolen finally. Here's Woodruff. And a nice block, but a foul. It's a good foul. No foul called. Out of bounds to Washington. Excellent defensive play by Guy Grover. as he recovered nicely to come back and knock that ball out of bounds from Ty Woodruff. Under their own bucket. This is Johnson. He's looking. He finds Phillips off his leg and out of bounds to Lincoln. 28-22, 2:11 to play. Both teams having trouble now with the pressure. Inbounds quickly to Grover. And nearly a turnover forced there by Phillips. Ahead quickly now to Conley. Conley in a hurry now picks up the dribble. Looks for help. Finds Grover in the right corner. Takes the baseline and a whistle and a foul on Long. Send Grover to the line with 1 and 1. Washington signaling for another timeout. What is it? Yes, it's a timeout called here by Washington. That's what it is. So Lincoln comes back into the huddle with less than 2 minutes to play, up by 6. Guy Grover will be at the line here with a chance to expand Lincoln's lead to 8 points as they currently lead 28-22. He's at the line with a 1 in the bonus after having been fouled by Long. I think that's Long's 4th foul, not certain of that. Rabinia, Conley, Grover, Scott, and Berg, your lineup. Grover shot up. It's good. He'll have the bonus. 29-22. For Washington, we've got Long, Woodruff, Johnson, Phillips, and Hannah. Grover's second shot. It's up. It's bouncing. It won't go, but there's Conley with the good aggressive rebound. What's the call? All right. Tremendous play there by Darren Conley. Hustled for position, and he's fouled. He goes right to the line. He'll be shooting 2. Well, they call this 1 and 1 before he tried to get that shot off, but nevertheless, a tremendous effort. Shot up, it's good, but he stepped over the line too soon. Good call. Ball goes back over to Washington. 29-22. Things are going to be hectic here for the last 1 minute, 55 seconds. This is Hannah. He gets it ahead to Woodruff. Looking under the bucket. Oh, no call. It's Woodruff from the free throw line. Bounces high, won't go, and there's Conley again. Oh, what a horse on the boards. This is Grover. Tries to come up the right wing. Pressure from behind, picks it off nicely. This is Berg. Berg tries to control, gets it on this side to Conley, knocked off his fingertips, saved by Conley. But instead this is Jones. Tipped away and saved. Beautiful play in there by Troy Berg. Oh, here's a bad pass, and it's going to cause a foul. Going to be called on number 22. That's Jones. Close call. But we'll be going to the other end with Grover again at the line. He'll have a chance for 1 in the bonus. And a couple shots here could make it really an uphill climb for the Washington Hornets. 1 and 1. First shot up. This time it won't go. And the rebound's pulled down by Washington, and it's stolen there by Berg from Hannah. But now we got it restolen by Jones. Up, won't go, and pulled down by Grover. Head quickly to Rabinia. In the lane, looks for help. He's got to get out of the paint, and finally does. This is Berg. He launches a 10-footer that won't go. There's Scott up short. Whistle, and a foul going to be called. I've been calling Dobbins Hannah here. The 34 is Dobbins, J.R. Dobbins, and he collected that foul. David Scott will be at the line, shooting 2. David Scott takes a lot of time on these free throws. First one is up and bouncing, not good. Score remains 29-22. Less than a minute to play now. David Scott. Shot up. This one's good, but a whistle. What? No good. Over the line again. So that's 2. That's hurt. 29-22. Nearly stolen by Scott, but advanced here by Jones on the right wing. Shot up won't go, but he's fouled from behind by David Scott. Coach Randy Polston signaling a timeout here for Lincoln. They want to talk over their strategy for the last 51 seconds of this ball game. They lead by 7. Less than 1 minute of basketball remains for both of these teams this year. And we're going to have Phillips, I believe. No, it's going to be Jones at the line with 2 shots. He could pull him within 5. First one's up, it's perfect. Big second shot here. Up and not good, and I bet you Conley gets it. He does. Off to Grover. Works the right wing on the near side. Far side to Berg. Ahead quickly to Scott. And he's fouled. Going to be called on Phillips, I believe, number 50. That's a call. Sending who? David Scott to the line with 1 in the bonus. David Scott. Shot up. Good. And no lane violation this time. That's a big 7-point lead now. 41 seconds to play. David Scott with the bonus. Up and not good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Phillips. Up the left wing quickly, on the left-handed dribble, all the way to the bucket. It's going to be long, it is. There's Johnson, however, with the rebound. Up off the rim, not good. Rebound pulled down in there by Conley, and a jump ball. Good effort by Darren Conley. And this will be Conley and Phillips jumping at the Washington end of the court. Conley a little disgusted, I think, with that call. Here it is to Grover. He pulls it down, going to try to eat up a little time. Tough to do against the press. David Scott. This is Rabinia. Back to Grover. Grover on the right side, nearly tipped away, recovered. This is Rabinia. He puts up a 15-footer, not good. And we've surely got to have a whistle. Where is it? Now finally called jump ball. Randy Polston, I think, going to call a timeout and say, let's not shoot that ball, gentlemen. It's the clock we're playing right now, not the Washington Hornets. So they come back in the huddle with 12 seconds to play and a 30-23 lead for the Lincoln Lions. This game is all wrapped up, folks. Well, we're going to have some wholesale substitutions here by the Lincoln Lions, I suspect by both teams. Yes, we are. As this game's locked up for the Lincoln Lions. They've won their first championship in many, many years. We're going to see Scott Freeman, Albert Zorn, Tim Trammell, Scott Freeman, Jason Zimmerman, and David Scott in to shoot the free throw here. A whole new lineup, save the foul shooter, David Scott, with 12 seconds to play in this ball game. She's all wrapped up for Lincoln. Well, obviously it's not a foul shot that David Scott's in there for. It's a jump ball. He'll be jumping against Johnson. Remainder of the Washington lineup is all new, it appears. We'll try to call some of these for you in a second. 54, that's Essig. Tip controlled by whom? We got a whistle and a timeout going to be called. That's to get number 30 in the ball game. 30 for Washington is Creighton. 14 is Davis. So a lot of kids getting a chance to play ball here in the last couple seconds. So 32 is Lemon. He's in the ball game. As Washington knows that this game's out of reach with only 10 seconds to play. I'm sure we've got a very happy coach, Randy Polston, down here. They've come a long way this year. Here he is, mapping strategy for the final 10 seconds of this ball game. Randy Polston just elated. He was leading the crowd in cheers just a moment ago. Now Washington will set the ball in play. Final 10 seconds of the 1982 season wrap up here. No travel called, tipped around, play a little ragged here at the 10-second line, controlled by Zimmerman, but out of bounds with 4 seconds to play. The ball goes to Washington. 4 seconds left in the ball game. Lincoln leading 30-23. Quite a different game from the first one, but exactly the same result. There's a long bomb at the buzzer. This ball game is over with the Lincoln Lions, the 1982 elementary school champions. And there they are at center court. They're obviously pleased. Going to congratulate the Washington Hornets, who also had an excellent year, but just fell 7 points short here in the championship game. Randy Polston with his leading scorer, Guy Grover. There you see Adam Sheets, Jason Zimmerman, Jim Trammell. They're all there. They're excited. Darren Conley, an excellent game. A lot of rebounds tonight. Scott Rabinia, good all-around year. So we'll catch them as they are awarded the championship trophy and cut down the nets in just a moment. A big day for the Lincoln Lions. It's obviously an ecstatic group, and well, it should be. Well, it should be as they're preparing to cut down the net. And we'll pick up the action of the net cutting ceremony in just a minute. We're here for the presentation to the Lincoln Lions. Here they are. They're an excited group of boys. Here's the championship trophy being accepted by Coach Randy Polston, held high in victory. To the victors go the spoils and the trophies. There's your happy coach with his players as they make their way to the ladder. Here we are, the net cutting ceremony. This is David Scott on the ladder. Give me this. Come with me. David Scott. Okay, now we're squared away here. We'll try to get some good shots for you of these championship Lincoln Lions. Sixth grader David Scott played a good ball game tonight. He's played a good ball game all year long. Deserving champion. Next will be Scott Rabinia, forward, number 5. Here he is. He snips down a piece. Scott Freeman, fifth grader, number 3. Give me that. Here's Troy Berg, had a good game tonight. Troy Berg had 7 points tonight, 7 big points for Troy Berg. Your rundown has Conley with 18. Here's Matt Rosengarten, player manager. Grover had 18, Berg had 7. Conley had 2, David Scott with 1, and Scott Rabinia with 2. Final score again, 30-23. Here's Jason Zimmerman up the ladder, the only 4th grader on the ball team. Around this way just a little. Back that way. Next will be Nate Conley, player manager. Nate Conley on the ladder, number 4. A big night for the Lincoln Lions. Maybe we can get Randy Polston for an interview here in a minute. And then again, maybe not. Jason Conley. No relation to the other 2 Conleys on the team. Jason Conley, number 10. Next is Nichols. Paul Nichols, number 8. And here's Adam Sheets, number 7. There he is up at the net, a big moment. Here's Jim Trammell, 5th grader. He'll be back next year also, number 1. Albert Zorn, 6th grader. Here comes your rebounding horse, Darren Conley. Excellent game under the boards tonight. Signals number 1. And they are elementary school champions, the Lincoln Lions.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you used them all.
Yeah, I'm done.
You done with it? Okay.
Here's Guy Grover, 18 big points tonight. Leading scorer all year. And the playmaking guard for the Lincoln Lions. He climbs up to the top of the backboard. Guy Grover. And that about wraps it up, except for the cheerleaders, who deserve a piece of this net also. This is Barber. And we'll be back in just a minute.
Thornton, I need Lynn Thornton over here.
Here we are with the winning coach, Randy Polston. Randy, what do you attribute the victory to tonight?
We started off really slow in the first quarter, really tight. Second and third quarter, we came around, started playing our ball game. Started falling apart a little bit at the end of the third quarter, but teamwork, and they held together. They deserved it. They worked really hard this year.
Thank you, Randy. Congratulations. I know you want to get back.
And here's Randy Polston winding up the net cutting ceremonies for the Lincoln Lions. Well, a big night here at Warsaw High School Gymnasium as the Lincoln Lions emerged victorious, and there's your final score. So until next year, that wraps it up for elementary school basketball. The Lincoln Lion champions have brought you this 30-23 ball game victory over the Washington Hornets. Now it is. Well, here are your champion Lincoln Lions. We'll check them out one by one. There's Scott Freeman. Conley. That's Jason Conley. David Scott. Adam Sheets. Jim Trammell. Darren Conley. Albert Zorn. Troy Bird. Guy Grover. Nichols. Paul Nichols. Nate Conley. Scott Rabinia. Matt Rosengarten. And who have we missed here in the players? I believe that's everybody. And a good-looking group of cheerleaders here as well. The championship Lincoln Lions and Coach Randy Polston. He is a proud dude tonight.